Hey guys, my name is Joe. This is my Craps Master Dice Sharing Journey. Let's make it yours too. So I'm just doing a quick trip report on the way home from Joliet. I got down there yesterday. That was Friday the 16th of February 2024. I left home around noon. Took 3 hours and 45 minutes to drive down there. So we checked into the Harrah's Hotel and got everything up to the room, and then we went to down to the table, and Alfredo, Giuseppe, they were all down there, and Fuzzy was down there as well. And they said it was a pretty rough day, but just as I walked up, they had a lady that was shooting, and they were doing pretty good. She was pounding the sixes. In fact, they had a lot of money on the sixes and that, so they got a lot of their money back from that person. After that, we took a ride over to the Hollywood Casino, and for the Hollywood Casino, I bought in for $300, and I went through about $200. I had my last $100, and Giuseppe was right next to me, and he goes, "Hey, let's do a corporation." And I kind of looked at him. I said, "Okay, how do you want to do it?" And we did a 120 across bet, and the 120 across bet was, hey Chris, Steven Doug's checking in right now. We're driving back from Joliet right now. Just got to the north side of Chicago here. But the end of the corporation was he would do 60 in on the 6 and 8, so $30 on the 6 and 8. I would do 60 outside. It's 15 on the 4, 5, 9, and 10. And then we would take 4 hits, and then that would get us pretty much even. And then from there we would do trend betting upwards and that. So I went into that. I was down $200 by the time I got done with Giuseppe, because we're up and down pretty much throughout the session, and I ended up losing $127. So that was the first night total, down $127. I played for about 2.5 hours, 2 hours, somewhere around there. And then we went back to Harrah's, and they all jumped on a table. I'm not really sure how everybody else did. I was up for 29 hours at that point, so I decided to go to bed. So that was about 9:30 at night. Got up this morning at 5:30, showered up, went down to the Harrah's Casino, and normally I guess there's like 3 or 4 people at a table. We got down, there was one table open. It was a $10 table, and there was probably close to 10 people playing already. And just as I'm walking up to the table, I see Alfredo sitting on a chair by the slot machines. As a joke, I said, "What, did you not go to bed last night?" He goes, "Nope." So apparently, and I'll let him tell his story, but apparently he was down, but he was able to make his money back yesterday, and he spent all night playing, and he went to bed shortly after I got down there, so that was like 6 o'clock this morning. And there was a lot of people down there. Giuseppe was down there. Coach Joe was at the table. Coach Joe spent a little bit of time with him this week, or today, I should say. So anyhow, I watched them play, and then Arnell showed up a little bit later, and so about 7:30, Arnell, my girlfriend, Giuseppe, and Giuseppe's neighbor, I think his name was Chris, and myself went to go eat at Route 66, which is kind of a little grease pit diner. They serve a halfway decent breakfast for a decent price. So we did that, and then we went back to Harrah's to open up the new table, which opened up at 10 o'clock. Well, guys, we had a guy named Ed, who's a local down there and then we had Sith Lord SB Corey, and we had Arnell, myself, Demon Dog Chris showed up, a bunch of us, so we went around the table. The only one that had any decent rolls was that Ed guy, who at the time I bought in for $500, and I was down to my last $100, and Ed brought me back, so I was only $200 down, so I made a little over $200 on him. I rolled twice at the table. My first roll this morning was a 0.7 out. Very discouraging. I lost. I was going 128 across at the time, and I had a 555 in the ATS, as well as a $3 crap shot. And the second time it came around to me, I got somewhere around the 8 or 9 roll. I made enough, just enough so I could get to the break-even point, and I made profit on one roll after that, and then I 7 out. So somewhere around that 8 mark. By the way, yesterday at the Hollywood Casino, I rolled once, and it was in the mid-teens, but I didn't make much money off it. I was able to get out of it, but I did not make much money because out of 7 of the rolls, I rolled the ace deuce 5 times, and I was not on the darn field or on any of the horns at all. So 5 out of the 7 rolls was an ace deuce, but it went around 15 was the total roll, so it was enough to get out of the shooter. So after being down 500 this morning, the girlfriend and I and Demon Dog Chris went over to Hollywood again. I had a bunch of free play over there. And by the way, guys, I yesterday checked in at the Hollywood, and they gave me $100 of free play, and that was a coupon that you can only use it as one bet. So I played the don't pass on myself, and I ended up knocking it off. So I lost that $100. So that kind of sucked. But that was on that longer roll where I hit all those ace deuces. So it would have been nice if I hit the ace deuce on a come out, but I didn't. But anyhow, today we got something to eat at the Hollywood. Demon Dog Chris, myself, and Mary. And then after that, Demon Dog and I went down to the tables, and they have 2 tables there. One on, as you're coming down the escalator on the left-hand side, and by the way, they're both $10 tables today, is a real hard surface, but it's bouncy, really bouncy. And Alfredo explains it as, even though it's a hard surface, they stretch the layout so tight that it's like kind of like a trampoline type action. So anyway, we jumped on the table. We're at the end of the table, both of us, and just as it was come up to our turn to roll, if you will, the other table opened up, which was the better table. So I quick said, "Hey, Demon Dog, let's go over there." We went over there, jumped on that table, and then it was just us 2 and one or 2 other people. So I was the second shooter on that table. The first shooter did reasonably well. I was only going 6 and 8 on him, and I made like $20-$30 profit off him. Then it was my turn, and my roll went into the mid to high 20s, and I ended up hitting the all, and I also missed a small by I was short the 2. So I ended up cashing out there. Again, remember, I was $500 going down for the day going in. I ended up cashing out an extra $340 over what I bought in for. So ultimately, yesterday I was down 127. Today I'm down roughly 160. So I was down just under $300 for the 2 nights or 2 days of play. So I consider that a success. I had a great time. Again, met up with Alfredo. I met a couple of newer people here. Coach Joe was there. Giuseppe was there. Corey, Rich, Coach Joe, Demon Dog Chris. So it was a good group of people. Arnell. But anyhow, success. I will catch you guys more on Monday, and we can talk about it. You only see Demon Dog here chatting. If anybody else is here, you can send me a chat. But otherwise, it's a 3-hour and 45-minute drive home. We have got probably about 1 hour and 3/4 left, so I'm 2 hours into the trip home. Just leaving Illinois as we're speaking right now and crossing into Wisconsin. So, hey, guys, we'll see you on Monday. My name is Joe. This is my Craps Master Dice Shooting Journey. Let's make it yours, too. Guys, see you on Monday.
You really stuttered.